What's up guys, Computer MD of Gilbert here, and in today's video I'm going to cover a topic that I literally just covered probably about 2 months ago, which was how to create a multilingual website here in Wix. People have been asking a ton of questions on one in particular topic, and normally I wouldn't cover or do an updated video of a topic I covered within the last month or two. I usually wait about 6 months to a year because that's usually when Wix updates a lot of major things. But in this in particular scenario, I've had a lot of questions on the same topic, and I just felt like I should probably update you guys on how to do this. And that in particular topic was the button menu and how to make sure that's all working to create your multilingual website. So I'm going to run over it one more time, how to create a multilingual website here in Wix. Before I do that, guys, don't forget to go sign up to my course, wixmywebsite.com. Get on the email list to get notified when it goes live. I'm telling you, the email list is going to know first, so you're going to want to get on this email list for plenty of reasons, exclusive content, and some special stuff that you'll see once you get on the email list. But I'm creating this course for you guys. It makes me so happy when you guys go ahead and sign up, because this course is going to show you from scratch how to start your website and build it all the way up to finished here in Wix. How to edit it, upgrade, everything in between. And even when you have your website, this is going to be an excellent resource to go back to figure out how to do this or how to do that or edit this or add that. So if you guys get the chance, wixmywebsite.com, link in the description below, and go check that out. Other than that, guys, let me show you how to add a multilingual website here in Wix. We're going to go here to the app market. We're going to type in Wix language, and you'll see Wix language menu. You'll click that. You'll then click Add to Site. Once you add it to your site, you'll see this little bar here. This just auto-populates English and Spanish. You will change this to whatever language you are going to be adding. But we're going to double-click it, and then once we double-click it, we're going to see these 4 steps. Now, I already did these 2. Well, I didn't actually do them. I just clicked I did it to get through here to show you guys. But first things first, it asks you to duplicate pages. So every page that you need translated, so maybe you only want your home page and some other page translated into the other language. So whatever pages you need translated, you need to duplicate those pages. If this means you need your entire site translated so that there's an English or whatever language you're doing, this version and that version, then you need to make sure you duplicate every page on your website. And to do that, you would go up here, and then right next to home, you see these 3 little dots, and then you would go down to duplicate. Click duplicate, and then maybe just rename this one Home Spanish. Ooh, that's not how you spell Spanish. Spanish. Okay, so you've got your pages duplicated just like that. Once you do that, you'll go back to home, and we'll click on the menu again. After you duplicate your pages and all of the pages that you needed translated are duplicated, you're going to have to go through and translate your pages. So each page that you duplicated, you're going to need to make sure that you translate that content into the correct language, because obviously it needs to be translated for your other audience. So you would simply go through and translate all the pages that you duplicated. And then this is where we get to the next part that people get a little confused. So when you create a multilingual website here in Wix, unfortunately you cannot create 2 menus like this up here. But what you can do is create a button menu. So you can see right here it says create menu, remove your existing menu, and create a new one with buttons. So to remove your existing menu, you'd come up here, you'd right click, and you'd go down to delete. You would then click delete. Now I'm not going to do it on mine because this is my landing page for Wix My Website. But you would then click delete. After you click delete, I'm going to double click on this again just to get this clear. After you click delete, you need to create a new one with buttons. So to do that, you would come up here to add. You would go down to button. Once you're on button, you'll probably want one of the text buttons. So we'll just go with this one. You'd add a button. You'd then click it, add it up here, and then you're obviously going to need a button for each of your pages. So you would simply go over here, press copy, press paste, drag it over. These have even lines, so it shows you when it's even and on the edge of stuff. So you make sure all of them are lined up. And then you would simply do that for each page you have. Now, once you have done this, to actually link your button, you would click on this, double click. You could change the text, so we'll say this one is home. And then it says add link. You click add link, and then right here, it asks you what type of link. You're going to want it to be under page/anchor. And then you will choose what page you want it to link to. Now, obviously, you're going to want to make sure all of your home page in each language has the correct menus that correspond with that language. So, with that being said, all of your English pages will be in English up here. So all of your buttons up here will be in English. You also want to make sure that you right click and that it's not show on all pages. You do not want your buttons to show on all pages, and I'll explain why in a second. So you'll unclick that. So unfortunately, when creating multilingual website here in Wix, you're going to need to manually add these buttons to each page that you have duplicated. I know this is a big pain, but you need to add these pages to each duplicated page. The reason being is all of these ones that you create in English need to stay in English. So let's just say we're going to add to Spanish now. We'll come up here, and again, you need to make sure all of these buttons are not show on all pages. So now we're in Spanish. I'm going to delete these and explain. Now we need to go back to add, go to button, add the same one. This time, you need to come up here, add it in Spanish. I don't remember what home is in Spanish, but I'll just say Español for the sake of this. And now you're going to add a link to your Spanish homepage. And for each page you do, you need to add these buttons at the top. When you add these buttons, you would simply link them to all of the pages for that language. So if this is your Spanish homepage, you're going to want to make sure all of the buttons you copy and paste up here are all for your Spanish pages, and link them to your Spanish pages and write it all in Spanish. So that's what it means when creating a button menu here in Wix. I understand this video, even though I'm trying to clarify, is still probably a bit confusing. But what I need you guys to understand is that you need to make sure these buttons go on every page, but you need to make sure they don't show on all pages, because when they show on all pages, that means you'll have home and Spanish on every single page, and then it's going to be completely messed up. So you need to make sure it does not show on all pages, and you need to make sure that on the home page for English, you have these buttons just like a menu would be, and they all link to all of your English pages. On each of your English pages, you're going to have this same button menu, all in English, and they all link to your English pages. In Spanish, or whatever language, and I keep saying English and Spanish because this is what's on, but whatever language, but in Spanish, you're going to have all of your Spanish buttons up here, and you're going to need to do that for each page, and make sure each Spanish page is linked by the button menu to another Spanish page. So in order to create a button menu here in Wix, you need to make sure you get rid of this menu, because that menu is not going to mean anything creating a multilingual website. You keep these button menus right here, and then you make sure they're all linked to the correct page. I know this might seem simple to some of you, and some of you may still be confused. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, but I wanted to drive that point home on adding the button menu here on Wix. So now, once we add the button menus, you'll see create menu. I did it. You did it. You click that. And then now you're going to go to redirect pages. On this, you choose what language your homepage starts in. So you need to make sure in here, in Spanish, your homepage is obviously going to start homepage Spanish. So this is for your homepage only. In English, it's obviously going to be home. Save that. Spanish, the homepage is home Spanish. Save it. So these are your homepages. So that way your language knows, you know what language it goes to and what homepage it corresponds with. You can also add languages, but you'd have to go through and add all of those steps again. But you can add languages. You could have more than 2. After you do that, you would go to your redirection settings. In this, you choose what your default language is for your website. For mine, it would be English. You could choose what one it is for yours. And then down here, this is important. Language redirect options. So your first one is automatically redirect visitors based by their browser language. This is going to be your easiest one. So if someone's browser is in English, it'll automatically direct your visitors to your English homepage. If someone's browser is in Spanish, it will automatically redirect your visitors to a Spanish homepage. Now, you could also automatically redirect visitors for the homepage only. So it says right here, every visitor who reaches your homepage are automatically redirected based on their browser language. For any other pages, they can simply use the menu to switch languages. So this means it will automatically redirect visitors to your homepage only. It's pretty much the same thing as this. It's just for the other pages, they have to use the button menu. And then finally, visitors can choose their language manually, and they would do that by clicking one of these buttons, depending on what the language is, and it would switch over to that homepage. So if they click English, it would bring them to your English homepage, Spanish to your Spanish homepage. That's why it's so important to have the correct button menus with the correct language on there. So guys, and then this is just all of your design. I know this still may be a bit confusing, but I hope this video was able to help some of you out. I know that this is a tough concept to get, but hopefully it was. And if it was able to help you out, please drop a like down below. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment, but I just wanted to at least help you guys out to try to clarify a little further, especially with that button menu part. But please feel free to comment. I'm here to answer questions. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to me here on Computer MD of Gilbert, as I'm trying to grow the channel here and help you guys grow. And part of helping you guys grow is to create this Wix My Website course, which if you haven't yet, go to wixmywebsite.com, link in the description below, and sign up to get on this email list to notify you guys when this course goes live. It's one you're not going to want to miss. It's going to help you guys immensely, and it makes me so happy when you guys go ahead and sign up because I know how much this is really going to benefit you guys. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for spending so much time with me here on this video. I shouldn't say so much, but this was one of the longer videos I've done to try to help clarify. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, I'll catch you later.